3, 4. I meant to say like 3, 2, 1, but then I started with two, and then I went to three, so I was mad confused about how I was. I'm live. Hi, how y'all doing? It's your boy Dizzy Mochi the Cat. I'm here with my friend, uh, Dragon the Get, aloe vera sauce, and Kaizen VA is supposed to be here, but his black ass walking a dog. Uh, Talk to me, Dragon the Get. How you doing today?
Man, I'm doing all right, man. I ain't gonna lie to y'all, man. I'm playing a baseball game right now. It's kind of going crazy. I'm kind of winning, but I kind of ain't winning.
How do you win, but you ain't?
I got two, but my girl got zero. But like we've been having zeros this entire match, so I'm kind of getting pissed.
Understandable. Aloe vera sauce, how you doing today?
Doing okay. Whatever. I got a lot to say about this topic today.
All right, all right. Kaizen VA, you ain't here. Fuck you. Um, Aloe, since it's your topic, you go ahead start.
Okay, so our topic today is parenting. Really, it's just about like discipline versus abuse. And I would like to start it off with probably something that's happened more recently. So when you okay, we're all black here, and we've all dealt with black parents, and
This is
we've
facts.
all been parented by black people, and so we have a good perspective on what good and or bad parenting can look like. And I want to bring up I first actually, we're gonna go into a deep one. We're gonna go into it a little hard right now. Let's talk about whoopings because I want to speak about I want to speak about the history of why we even do whoopings and why it's even a thing. And my theory, which I don't even think it's a theory, I think it's just literally a fact. I think that when white people stopped whooping us, we just decided to whoop each other. Because there's just no, that's just dead ass the truth. There's no other reason. Where black people ain't getting no damn whoopings in Africa. No, they might have get smacked across the face or pushed or
Fed to
shoved,
a
but
fucking tiger. Yeah.
they didn't they didn't do no damn whip or belt whoopings
Nigga
in
said push
Africa.
to a
That
tiger.
that shit. He made a racist African joke.
I fucking
I don't
hate
know.
him. He said push you to a
Um,
tiger. I hate him. Hey, little nigga, I
yeah,
hate you.
Uh-uh.
I really feel like it just stems from white people. They beat us as slaves, so then they just say, "Oh damn, hey, that shit worked. I'm obedient to the white man now. Maybe my black kids will be obedient to me.
Mm-hmm.
Let me do that too." So I really what the thing is, people say, "Oh well, I got whoopings and look at me. I grew up pretty well."
No, you
If
didn't.
anything, no, you didn't. Like you, okay, just because you're respectful doesn't mean everything else in your life is great. You might be respectful to adults because you were beaten into submission, but your mental state is horrendous. Like you, when parents say, "Why are you talking back?" or "You don't need a reason. I'm the mama. I'm the dad. I'm the adult here. So whatever I say, go." It's like when you're not explaining things to your child, you're basically telling them you don't get to question what adults do, even if it makes zero sense, and you should never ask questions. Like
Mm-hmm.
that is literally what registers in a kid's mind. And I know a lot of people are going to say, "Oh, well, you're not a parent, you wouldn't know." But it's like I think the child, I think growing up and like I'm 20 now, I'm at an age where I can remember everything I went through as a child, and I am at the age of where I'm seeing people my age have kids who are making the same mistakes that our parents made. So I think I hate when people try to say, "Oh well, you've never had a kid, you've never had to have the patience." How about the kid have to having patience with their parent? Because
Mm-hmm.
we love to just like not we, but like as a black community, love to say, "Oh well, well, kid, you don't know nothing. Stay in the child's place. This, that, and the third." But
Yeah.
that kids know a lot more than you think. Like parents don't ever realize that they were once kids and do the same shit. I hate it when parents be like, "Oh yeah, I hated my mom growing up, like this, that, and the third." Oh, then it's like, why are you doing the same shit she did?
On God.
You
Yeah, or
hated how
like when
she
they
you
try to
hate you
say
hate.
like, "Oh yeah, I ain't trying to do what my mama used to do," but it's like it's giving the same energy, just toned down just by tad bit, you know?
Um, my bad. You didn't hit me with a branch from a tree. You hit me with a spike belt. Damn, I'm so thankful. I am
For
so
real.
thankful. Wow.
Hey, you better be glad I didn't.
Like,
You better glad I'm not your granddaddy. Your granddaddy used to fucking throw me out the goddamn second story window. Like, nigga, you're a
I
victim.
only
Don't be
threw you out
fucking.
once.
Don't talk to me like that. You're a
flexing
victim.
their abuse. Like, they're flexing that they got abused harder. It's
Uh
like,
huh.
okay, so you grew up in that abuse, and yet you want to give that to your children
And that's an
because
L.
a lot of people say, a lot of people are against gentle parenting, and they're saying, oh well, like, you know, how do you gentle parent when your kid like does the most outlandish shit? But it's like they're doing these things because of the way you are parenting. A baby doesn't grow up. The only thing a kid will do when they are first born will cry and mimic what they hear. So if they mimic the behavior they see or the behavior that they, see and hear, that's on you as a parent. Like whenever it's a baby or like let's say it's like someone in elementary school, you have the ability to teach that kid to not be a follower. You can teach that kid to believe in themselves, and you can teach that kid to lead by their own example. They can do what's that. Not every kid is just a victim of, oh, well, you learned that from somebody at school. No, they kind of learned it from you. Like
Mm
Hey,
when parents be cussing like a sailor, but then once they kids say ass, it's like, oh my god, where you learn that from? Bitch, you
man,
cuss
whoop
like
your
fucking you
sorry
like
ass.
fuck. You cuss like fuck, and you want to talk about the kid cussing, and then or when and parents say, oh well, like having kids is a lot of stress. Honestly, I'm sick of that. I'm sick of it. We know now. We know kids are stressful. We've known that since the planet fucking begun and humans evolved from whatever the fuck. Okay, we understand that parenting is not easy and it's stressful. But if you can't handle it, stop having more. Stop having kids. Like just stop. Like
Stop
you,
having
some people
Bonisha
are
one
just
and two, bro. Like, turn it off.
some people are not meant to have kids
hmm. Mm hmm.
100%. Like I know all of us in here could name at least one person in either our family or our friend circle that has kids that they are damn well not ready for.
Mm hmm.
They are not ready for
Yo,
kids, and they don't. But the thing is, it's just like, okay, they had the kid. Now, are you gonna take the responsible route and learn how to parent correctly, and are you just gonna do whatever raised you, and you know how fucked up your mental state is, but you don't want to accept it because you were born? Also, oh, this ties into religion too. This ties
oh
deep into religion
God.
because
True.
we love to put our kids getting baptized and taking them to church, having the babies crying in the fucking back and all that, but then when they grow up, they learn that, oh, I'm gonna just pray away my mental fuck upness. I'm gonna pray the depression away. I'm gonna pray the anxiety away. I'm gonna pray all of this
Or
away.
or just drop the religion that their family put onto them. Cause it's like it's either rebellion or just like, man, I don't even care about you right now, man. Why am I doing this?
Like you either grow up to be like you either grow up to follow exactly what your parents did, or you rebel. There is no friendly in between. There is
Mm hmm.
no, I'm not with this religion, but I don't want to be a rebellious person. I want to be nice. There are 90% of black kids. I'm just using 90% because I'm not going to say 100%, but I know it's a fat majority that grew up in America here under Christianity, or they're rebellious as hell. There's just,
Mm hmm.
and it's because of the way that we're parented.
Absol
And
said, "Dog,
it's
I would
sad,
be an awful
honestly.
parent."
And see, but at least he can admit to that. At least Absol's not sitting here getting his significant other pregnant and then being like, "Oh damn, I hate kids, so I'm gonna just be a shit parent." Like he can openly sit there and admit that
They.
he does not want to be a parent. They. I'm so
Mm-mm.
sorry. I haven't spoken to them in a while. My bad.
Oh, I
And
didn't know
so,
Kaiser was here.
oh yeah, Kai's here. Hey Kai. And let's go ahead and get into a little subsection about this.
Tell
So,
me what's
how do
up.
you guys feel? Because this is what's deeply rooted in a lot of black parenting is the church. Because a lot of black parents will be like, okay, you got a F in math. We're gonna have you speak to the deacon. That deacon ain't picked up a math fucking worksheet in 30 years. He was in high school in 1981. He uses a calculator. He is not a mathematician. Deacon Darnell is not going to be able to do anything. Like, it does. These little like send them to church things does not work. So how do you guys feel? Like, did you guys have any experiences growing up where it's like church did this, church did that?
Can't fully remember shit, but I do know for a fact when I was younger, I did hate going to church because unless it was like the youth group shit where I could talk with other kids and just chill with other kids, I hated it because it was just literally listening to these niggas read from this old ass book like over and over again, just sitting there for hours. As a kid with ADHD, you can't fucking blame the kid for saying like you can't blame that shit on the devil or fucking the kid not loving Jesus enough. The kid just got ADHD and he don't want to be sitting there in a fucking chair for like fucking 3 hours listening to some old motherfucker talk about some shit in a book that I know for a fact I don't want to read. Like
the ableism in Black parenting is so bad. Like,
it's very bad.
How you depressed? Depress them dishes.
You better go depress
oh
them
my
dishes.
god!
You gotta get that homework depressed. Depress them feet on the floor. Go out, get up, clean your room.
I've heard so many Black parents be like, "You can't be depressed. You don't pay no bills." Or, ooh, let's bring this up because I know everybody right now, even watching, can relate. Has your parent ever told you? Has your parent ever told you, don't you got clothes on your back? Don't you got food? Don't you got a house to live in? Don't you got a roof over your head? First of all, guess what? That's what you signed up for when you didn't use a condom or a Plan B. So let's stop there. Okay, like you are not you are not out of this equation. Like, you put yourself in this scenario when you decide to have 3 kids. So let's talk about that. They love to say, well, you can't have no depression. You don't pay no bills and you eat every day. Guess what? That's what you're supposed to do, or CPS is gonna take me away. How about that? Let's stop using the whole excuse.
Asshole say all the fucking time.
Oh my god. Right, it makes no sense. I hate when parents say that because it's like that is the bare minimum. That is literally what you're supposed to do. Why are you flexing that to a child that has no understanding of financials? Why are you flexing that? Like, that's not oh, you're depressed because you have to work in a capitalist economy. Okay, good for you. I didn't choose to be here. You got fucked, you fucked somebody, I'm here. Guess what? It's your problem now. You got to deal with me. Poof, bitch.
Bitch.
Hate it.
And the ableism, because we're gonna go back to that.
Mm-hmm.
I hate the Black parenting. There are so many. Did you know? First of all, I'll use autism as a perfect example. Autism is easily diagnosed in boys than it is little girls because of the society standards of boys are always going to be more wild. So, yada yada yada. Meanwhile, girls are more, they love. I don't know what they talk about when they say this, but they're basically just saying that, like, they're using the misogynist, like, oh, boys are crazy, so he probably do got autism. But if a girl acts him anyway, it's just like, oh, well, we don't know. And so there's a lot of people who are born assigned female at birth that don't get diagnosed with autism at a young age because they're not seen as autistic because their behavior naturally matches the symptoms.
The worst part is that's therapy is already hard to get in this country, but it's worse when therapists try to push like an agenda. Say like when they just put down the therapy book for say, have you tried God?
Oh my gosh! When it's like the religious therapist, that shouldn't even be a thing.
That shouldn't be a thing.
How
like there should be a law. If you're a therapist, you cannot use your religion as like a fucking talking point. You can't use like.
It's funny we're talking about therapy.
Yeah, unless like your client has a problem like with the religion, like you should not bring up religion as like a point, like to like help them out. You can't be like, all right, I got this book for you. It's called the Bible. I don't know if you heard of it. This could really help you out. It's got this cool guy. He's called Jesus. I know you be reading mangas. This is the real peak fiction. Wait, hold on.
Okay, well, while he's doing that, I'm going to bring up the point of like.
Because the nigga
I know you
accidentally
go ahead. Okay.
called it fiction. That's the joke.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Thank you, babe.
Well,
I appreciate you.
while we're on the topic of therapy, it's funny we're talking about therapy and Black parenting because those two don't exist. They don't coexist at all.
They really don't.
Because Black parents will never recommend therapy for you. They will just say go to the church. Go to the church. We're gonna see Pastor Paul on Sunday. He gonna help you. He gonna fix you. No, Pastor Paul's gonna touch me in the back room. That's what he's gonna do. How about that? Yeah. Because we're gonna get on that too, because that's also with parenting. But I don't. Oh shit! You made me lose my train of thought. What was I talking? Oh, okay. I'm back. It should be. You know how they make you take evaluation tests on your mental state before you go on like TV shows and stuff, like Survivor, Big Brother, Drag Race. That needs to be a law for parents. Like you are not allowed to get like when you give birth at the hospital, both parents or whoever is there, they need to take a fucking psychic evaluation, little psyche test, and they need to be able to see like, do we need to take this kid away from you or not? Because it is so. Or not, it doesn't have to be an evaluation test, but just a background check, just something that says this child will not grow up with trauma that is brought upon them because this person is a bad person. Like there needs to be some type of atonement for like people who have kids willy-nilly because it's not fair. It's not fair to every kid. It's not fair to people who didn't choose to be born to go through bullshit from their parents that is abuse, and then they're just like, oh well, I mean, that's just a part of life. That's growing up. That's what they'll be told.
You'll grow into it. You'll grow into it. You behind.
Absolutely, that's a good point.
What Absol say?
Especially nowadays, religious bullshit puts a lot of fucking people on the path to therapy. They want to get away from that shit, not be told about it.
Yup.
Exactly. And another thing, though, how many of us have heard stories about the Black women in our community growing up to being told to put some clothes on when Uncle Fred or Uncle somebody coming over? So because because Black parenting is so deep and so rooted in a lot of things, and that's a huge topic because there's probably someone who's gonna watch this in the future and be like, yeah, I went through that. You know what a Medusa tattoo is? A Medusa tattoo, if I'm not wrong, is people who identify as female or feminine. They get this tattoo. I don't know exactly where on their body. I think it doesn't matter, but it basically signifies that somebody close to you sexually harmed you or harassed you, or basically they touched you. And so, if you ever see people with a Medusa tattoo, I wouldn't flat out go and ask them, but just be aware that like they've probably been through something. And I've learned about that recently, and a lot. That's where I bring the church back into it because it's like they want to put a ban on drag queens teaching children about the ABCs and what numbers and shit. But how have y'all checked in on the youth pastors in y'all's little country or little states or y'all's counties? I mean, because there's a lot of problems with the church going on when it comes to like kids' sexual safety, but they don't want to talk about that because they want to put it on to everything else.
Because they hate reevaluation of their own fucking morals and beliefs. Hold on, wait, no, Pastor Tom, he was there at my cookout. He taught me about the love of Jesus. He could never do no wrong. You part of the devil. You trying to trick me, you goddamn Satanist.
Oh my! The worst thing ever is when they blame the child. When they say you probably seduced him. What the fuck? How the fuck? How does that work? How does the child seduce?
Number one, even if the child did, is that not an adult? Is that not an adult man? can that adult not actually think for himself? Who raised me to seduce a grown person anyway?
Let's talk about it though.
That's not even how you do. Like,
because it be the women too. It be the women too though. That's because there's been plenty of times where I've seen women getting too touchy-feely and too rubby-dubby and huggy-wubby up on some kids, and it's like you can tell that child is uncomfortable. Like, I'm not gonna name names.
I got too many stories of that, bro.
Yeah, I'm not gonna, because I've been through that too. Low key, like, I mean, mine wasn't like extremely like crazy, but like there was some times where I was very uncomfortable with like, this is gonna sound so fucked. Oh my god. But there was this woman who had these big breasts, and like the way she would hug me, I'm like, bitch, if you don't get these titties out my face, like what the fuck? It was just, it's like, and I mean, I laugh at it now, but I can imagine like if I was uncomfortable at the time, like I was not like. That was not something I was okay with.
Every other rapper talks about, yeah, I lost my virginity at 4 years old thanks to my babysitter or some shit like that, and they flexing
Lil
like
Wayne,
they flexing something, and they be flexing that shit like yeah, I was the Mac Daddy in preschool. Like, no, nigga, you're a victim. That bitch was just weird.
Oh my god! When you have the kids. That's really bad when they do that too, because then you have actual little boys growing up that want to talk about their abuse stories, but then they say, "Oh, you enjoyed it, boy, bye."
It's like
what?
That's a lucky kid. Like, no, what the fuck?
Like I seen that. Y'all remember that Twitter? I don't know if I showed you the tweet, but there was this kid, right? And this mama posted her son being like, "So proud of my son, this, that, and the third." And then the comments was just like, "He's so fine. Like, go ahead and save him. Go ahead and save him for me. I'm gonna need to get a baby or two out of him."
Yo,
it was a little boy. Wild. It was a little boy.
It's mad wild. Mad fucked up. Little boy.
Bitches be trying to breed their kids like it's fucking Pokemon. They're trying to breed their kids like it's a pet. Like, bitch, what?
It's giving slavery. Oh my god.
No shade. That's why I say when people say slavery is deep rooted in everything,
it really
is. It is 100,000% because there were literally once white and black people started, with the black slaves, he going fuck the master's wife. Then they see, oh, that's a caramel color baby. Dang, that thing look a little nice. I kind of want one. I want one. I want one. And then, so that's why I say, like, what's her face? Oh, what's their fucking name? Bianca and what's her face? It was a YouTube family. It was this black man and this light-skinned girl. Her name was Bianca. Hold on, y'all keep talking. I'm trying to look it up.
I think I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
We're gonna get into those raccoons. Bianca, Damien. Bianca and Damien. Yo. Yeah, if anybody watching, if y'all know who Bianca and Damien is, they have 9.48 million subscribers. Somebody out here definitely knows. And it was this YouTube family couple. They started off as a couple and then they had babies. And Bianca was basically flexing that her baby was a light skin. She was like, "Oh, I'm so glad I don't got a dark baby." Like, oh, thank God. And then, meanwhile, her husband is dark. First of all,
that's a fucked up sentence.
And then she said, "Oh, my baby has beautiful, like, hazel eyes or something, not like those brown, like, autumn dark eyes." I'm like, what the fuck? Like, there's so many problems. And then, I really, honestly, not gonna lie to you, it is on both faults of the black men and women. It is on both problems. Because you have the women who tell little boys, like, oh, they zesty, they got a little sugar in their tank if they do anything feminine. But then get mad when they turn around.
You put your feet up alone by yourself.
It's so wild how many things are considered homosexual nowadays. It's so wild.
And you would think it would be the worst thing. You use a coaster? Oh, you probably take dick up in your ass. Damn. Like, because there's literally a whole TikTok trend going on with a list of like things that men are not allowed to do because it's seen as homosexual.
You put on deodorant?
And then that
The way he
stems from
covered
the
his
problem of
speech,
black
there was a
women.
sweetness to this one.
Mhm.
This was
That and it's always, and it's not even just the women on TikTok that do it. That's been a thing since before the internet of just black women who do that to men, and they emasculate. What is it called? They basically just hyper masculinize these men and make them feel like they have to do certain things. And then you have the men in the family. You have the men that do where they're like, oh, my girl got to be light skinned. She got to be a white girl. She got to be mixed. She got to be able to, she's so light when the sun shines that the sun fucking covers its eyes. That's how light she got to be. Like, I really, the colorism and all of it, it's so bad.
It's
Like,
really fucking bad.
It's horrible.
they made. And the fucked up part is like it makes money. Bianca, the Perks family, that's what they're called. The fucking Bianca and Damien. They
Yeah,
have
the Perk
made
family. It's Ms. My
millions.
fault said that.
They have made millions from colorist, misogynistic behavior, and it's not. And they're just a prime example of, hey, why would you want to stop being you? You can be fucked up and get rich.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm really glad. What was there was this? There's this one meme of this black woman that she and her family. It was her main account where her husband or her boyfriend at the time, or baby daddy, I don't know who the fuck he was to her, but they had a daughter, and they would do mukbangs. Mind you, she was as big as Rasputia, right?
Damn.
And the husband was like, the husband was just regular looking, and her daughter was a little bit overweight, and she would basically project her overweight insecurities onto her daughter. That whole, like, every video, she'd be like, "Look how she ate that, all big and shit." Like, bitch,
That's fucked up.
the whale don't fall too far from the tree because, bitch, look at you.
That's
You
mad
you
fucked
can't.
up.
Yes, there are plenty of mothers who project their insecurities onto their daughters. 1,000%. one
Oh
thousand
yeah,
percent. They
nah,
do that
definitely.
all the time. They'd be like, oh, they like if your hair too long, you need to curl your hair or cut it. It's too long for me.
Mm-hmm.
Or it's so there's so many examples like all over, and a lot of and the biggest thing, like the biggest way to change all of this is therapy. I
Yes.
feel like if you were born in the 70s or 80s, or even like the low key late 80s too, you should be required to do therapy by 2020. You should have been required to do therapy. You should have
Mm-hmm.
therapy should have been a requirement before you even got to the year 2000, because you shouldn't be able to have that mindset still. Like or when they say, oh, that I'm just from a different time period. They did things different. Bitch, you live in Chicago. There are drag queens everywhere. You aren't new to gay stuff. You're not new to alternative, like, things the way that are different from you. Like, you've seen all these things. You are just choosing to be ignorant, and then you have kids that you raise ignorantly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Makes it worse
Like, oh, okay,
nowadays,
okay.
like, because, like, the way that they have it nowadays, like, with the schools having, like school therapists or whatever the fuck they're called, counselors, them niggas will most likely snitch on whatever the fuck you say on them. Like, whatever you, like, they tell you they got confidentiality, but then they don't. So, like, a kid will come to a counselor, the counselor gonna tell their parents. So, like, that's gonna, like, turn a lot of people off of therapy as well.
Exactly.
Cause they feel like they
And
can't tell nobody nothing because they told somebody something and it didn't work out good for them at all.
and it's the small towns. Oh my god, I've heard countless story about, oh, I grew up in a small town, and if I even breathe the wrong way, the whole town know I think I got asthma now. Like, the gossiping about, like, your other people's kids, and then you go around and, like, that affects that kid. I don't think people realize that when you gossip about people's children, you are basically telling that parent of that child that, hey, everybody looking at your kid and they talking shit, so you need to go ahead and whoop their ass. That's literally
Hey,
what happens. Like, It's bad. It's bad. And then the only reason why they're gossiping is because of something that kid did because they learned it from you.
Mm-hmm.
From you. They did like when kids be acting up in the grocery store. The parent doesn't want to get them diagnosed with the what's it called, disability, because they're like, why would I want a disabled child? Like, I don't want that. That's not a
Mm-hmm.
It's
good look for
ghetto.
us.
Like,
Right.
Like the stigma behind disabilities is wild, and I can't understand it. Like the fact that like it's still to this day people are anti-vax because they think that fucking vaccines cause autism and shit, when it's been clearly proven that it don't.
that was a thing.
That was a thing for so. It's still a thing. People still
Really?
do that, and
Wow.
there's so many studies, and even the nigga that studied it that originally came out with that has been proven false and came out as false. Like the nigga that did that shit wasn't even anti-vax. He was just anti one specific vaccine,
Hey,
and
Anti-vax
he
is
never gave like a good answer for why he was anti-vax neither of that vaccine.
thing about it for me is like anti-vax is will do whatever you want, but when you're not getting your kid the mono vaccine or chickenpox or you are literally
Mm-hmm.
affecting their livelihood. That how is that not seen as abuse? Your
Mm-hmm.
kid needs these vaccines. Oh, parents are gonna gag when they find out their kid can't go to middle school until they get a what's it called shot. I don't know the name of it, but you got to get a shot by the time you're in middle school. So you just gonna
yeah.
homeschool your kid?
Or
Mm-hmm.
really,
Just gonna
really like
homeschool it?
any type of school, like because the majority of schools don't allow that type of stuff. So it's gonna be man hard, especially if you like
Oh,
looking forward to like public schools or something like that, or like private.
like I know somebody who has they have two siblings and their parent was scared of the COVID vaccine. And so now the person I know got the vaccine, but their two siblings didn't get it because there was so much false rumors going around saying that the COVID vaccine actually makes you sick or it gives you COVID or it puts a GPS tracking chip in you. First of all, if you don't tell me you don't know anything without telling me you don't know anything, the COVID, just like the flu vaccine, it is a dead version of the flu or a dead version of COVID that doesn't affect your body. It just builds up your white immune cells, your white blood cells to fight it off. They're there to be like, oh, okay, I know what this bitch look like. I got the blueprint. We gonna beat its ass if it ever come through
We
for
got the
real.
blueprint.
We got the blueprint. So when you explain to people who refuse to educate themselves and say, oh, like, I don't want that COVID
What?
vaccine, it's gonna give me COVID. Duh, that's the fucking point. You're not actually with COVID. If you take a COVID test, it's not gonna say boom, you got it. Bitch, it's supposed to give you the blueprint to beat its ass. But no, you go ahead and don't get the vaccine and then you get COVID. Which is funny thing is they actually did get COVID.
Mm-hmm.
They actually did get COVID. And it would have been way easier on them. I've gotten COVID with the vaccine, but the thing is, the symptoms were way less severe because I had the vaccine and I had my immune system whooping his ass. But because they didn't have the vaccine, it was a lot tougher on them, like a lot tougher.
Mm-hmm.
And it might, and the sad thing is, it might have permanent effects. Like their lungs, whatever bronchitis. There are plenty of things that could have came along after that that are just like forever with them because of it.
Hate it.
That's
And
horrible.
it is very horrible. And I don't agree. That's why I'm just like, parenting is a very dangerous thing that you can easily fuck up. But if you can sit there and educate yourself and not, make the same mistakes that your parents made, you should actually try it if you have the willpower, if you have the mental state, because I don't think it's fair to children. And also another thing, Black community, we need to stop using kids as an excuse to ban things. Being like, I don't want
Honestly,
to see Boosie, like Boosie saying, "What about the kids?"
you ain't give a fuck about
Like,
them
what about
kids.
kids?
You hired a stripper for your son. You don't give a fuck about your kids.
He gonna say Lil Nas X can't be near kids. He gay. We need to stop doing supporting Lil Nas X. You let your son have a stripper at his party while he was in elementary school and she twerked on him. Oh,
To
okay.
make him
But
straight. To make him straight.
he thinks, if a stripper twerk on my son, he gonna be straight because he gonna see girl booty. I got a booty just like that stripper, bitch. Let's talk about it.
Is he gonna
That
see
stripper ain't
girl
got nothing. I got
booty?
titties too. Bitch, I got titties too. I got ass too. She ain't. There's a nigga out there are people who identify as masculine with titties and ass. Go to the gym. You'll see it. Then I ain't gonna do nothing. If anything, that's gonna
Oh,
make
she ain't
your.
never been to
If
the
anything,
gym.
you're that nigga. I'm not gonna lie to you. He looks like an actual like roach, like, and not like the bug, like the end of a blunt, like when that shit is like he just. And his eyes,
Hate
like,
it.
bro, like I know people make fun of Lil Wayne and the way he looks, but that nigga, nah, Lil Wayne, he might need to get a retwist or cut him all off and restart, but nah, I'd rather have a nigga have to get his dreads fixed for 8 hours than look like they permanently high.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And so yeah, the whole like that's why I brought up the whole like banning drag queen thing is because it's like y'all are just using kids as like just how YouTubers and family vloggers use kids for profit. Y'all are just using kids to pass laws that are homophobic and transphobic. Y'all are just these kids don't give a fuck. Kids do not give a fuck. If the most a kid will ask are you a boy or girl? That's the most they will ask. Anything else, if anything else, they'll say, "Oh, well, my daddy told me that you a baguette," and y'all know what word I'm
Huh?
saying.
Twitch don't ban me, please. I swear to God, it wasn't me.
I said baguette. Fuck, you ain't gonna get
We
banned. It's a bread.
French. We French.
Wee
Oh
wee.
my god.
Wee wee wee
No,
wee
you
wee.
gonna get banned. No, you go all them times you said that. Yeah, let me go ahead and yeah.
Oh, Absol said when I caught COVID the first time, I only had the first dose, and that shit had me laid out for a month. When I caught it the second time, the second dose was alright, and then stuck up bed nearly as often from how much it kicked my ass. Like that's like that little bit of
Yeah,
getting your ass kicked
like
ain't shit compared to how the actual disease is.
yeah, like once you actually get COVID, like, and it doesn't matter. Like that's what I'm saying. Like a lot of people say, "Oh, I'm not gonna get a vaccine. I'm just gonna wear my mask." Oh, guess what? I got COVID and I wore my mask. Um, Plenty of other people have. I know 3 other people that have gotten COVID and they wear their mask all the time. Like your mask isn't God. It's just protecting you as much as it can, but it's not doing 100% of the work. Your body has to be able to fight off the disease in any other way.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then okay, we gotta get into whoopings
Oh
because
yeah.
I brought it up at first. I brought whoopings up first, but I kind of wanted to, go to the root of it, which is slavery. But now we gonna really get into it. How many times are we just gonna watch video or whoopings and discipline? Because it doesn't have to just be about whoopings. Because I know y'all been to the barbershop or seen a video online of a kid getting their hair shaved off because they got an F in math.
Mm-hmm.
So getting a haircut supposed to make them do better. No, you're just ripping away that child's identity and making that child feel like they can't be themselves because of their ability to understand math. Like they're using why are you shaving your kid's head off instead of you could have spent that money on a tutor. You could have spent that money to get your kid's haircut right then to get them a tutor so they can actually pass. But
Mm.
no, they feel like they want, and a lot of black parents see it as, oh, I know he's smart enough, he's just not paying attention. They just not putting up the effort in. No, how about they might have an actual disability or a learning problem, and you actually are too lazy and shitty of a parent to investigate and help them.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, I don't want my child to be able. Like,
Able.
bro.
Like and then or like they'll like these like videos or like I remember I seen this one girl when they say girls grow up too fast or girls are fast when
Mm-hmm.
they're where did they get it from? You're the one who set
Who
the
put
tracks
him
for
at
them
their
to run.
speed?
Who put them at their speed? You want to say a girl's fast? How about the boys? Oh, but the boys are never fast when they taking a girl when they introducing their girlfriend to their mama, and it's like 4 different girls in the year. It's like,
Yeah.
Mhm.
oh,
Oh, that
he could.
that's my Timmy right there. That's my Timmy. Yup. We getting all the girls in school. Yup.
Mhm.
My
That's
biggest
my
thing is
Timmy.
like, how as a father can you hype up your son for doing shit that you don't want to happen to your daughter?
Oh God.
Like,
Like,
your son pimping out all these girls, but if you but be damned if the roles reverse and your girl was getting pimped out by somebody, your daughter was getting pimped out by someone else's son, then you gonna have a problem with it.
then
Mhm.
it's an issue, bro. They be loving hearing, oh, you ran a trail on that one girl, but not the other way around. Either way, it's bad, bro. Like I don't, it don't
Yeah,
make
just
no
say
sense, bro.
train. That's the worst.
You are
Like,
free, and I feel like once you're like, you are free to explore and have as much fun with as many people as you want. But if you're not going to teach your child safety, that's when I have a problem with it. Like, you need to teach your child how to be safe with whoever they're messing with.
yeah, my
Mhm.
son got 24 STDs. Like, man, he going crazy right now.
You gotta catch them all type shit.
You know,
My
and,
daughter can't do
and
that though.
or have y'all seen those videos
Mm.
when they be beating the fuck out of their kids?
Mhm.
And it'll be for like, I have videos. I'll be on TikTok, and I'll be like, I remember I got whooped because I didn't, what's it called? I forgot to do something, or I forgot to get this done, or like I didn't do the dishes, so I got whooped. But it's like, let the parent forget something. It's like, oh well, and I can still do it. Fuck.
Oh, I
Mhm.
give you a permission slip. Oh well, guess you ain't on me. Well.
I
The
hate.
worst,
Oh
the
my
worst shit ever I've
god.
seen was I've seen on Twitter. Somebody said like kids these days won't know about this, and it was this kid like the back of this kid, and he had like a fat ass mark. You could tell he got hit hard with like an electric cord or something. Like it was a fat ass red mark,
Yo,
and everybody was like, "No kid should know this. Like, why you should not know this? It's not something you should know. Why are you flexing like that was a good? You're a victim."
you're
Like,
at
you're
hell.
whooping when it gets to the point like, okay, I understand like a pat. I honestly don't even believe you should be slapping or punching a kid either. I feel like maybe a slap on the wrist being like, like that's not good.
Bad.
Like when they're a toddler or a baby, like stop bad. But like when you're hitting them hard to where it's leaving them red or a mark, like why? Or when they can't even sit down, like
Or to
it,
go to sleep
like
crying. Like,
it irks my nerves because you know what? I'm gonna say this for any parents listening who are doing this, or anybody who is planning on having kids and they plan on doing this shit. You're gonna end up in a retirement home by the time you're 60. I want you to know that you're not. You are going to be in a retirement home because by law, I don't know what states participate in, but a lot of states do. If your parent has too many disabilities or they've reached a certain age and they can't take care of themselves any longer, you by law the child can request that the state takes them out of their home and puts them in a retirement home. So you better watch how you treat your children because you are going to end up exactly where you don't want to be. You think you're
Mhm.
gonna die? Hell, we're gonna take you there while you're alive. Don't worry.
yup.
We're gonna take
Bye bye.
take you there. You're gonna get a prequel to hell before you actually get there. Okay, that's what we're gonna do.
Gonna meet your
Mhm.
mama too.
You know what? Actually, when grandma passed away, keep her room in that retirement home. We gonna keep that room because you about to go right there with her. You gonna go in that room now. You know,
Yup.
go ahead and keep that room open because you about to be there. You about to be there. I really no because that's a lot of parents don't think about that. They think, I had to take care of my mama and I hated her, so my son gonna do the same. My daughter gonna do the same. No, no. Guess what?
Yeah.
You'll be damned. You'll be damned. You will be
Mhm.
damned. Cause like I told my mom, I said like, look, I ain't doing what you do for your grandma or your mom. I'm not doing what you do. I'm telling you right now, you gonna have to find somebody else to do it. Like I never said like I feel like yes, you should take care of your parents if they were good to you. And I feel like yes, you shouldn't want to just see them fail. But at the same time, if it's too much bullshit and it's like they're mentally abusive, I'm not dealing with it. Like me
Mm.
personally, Me personally, me
Mm.
and my mom never like we never completely saw eye to eye and like would always get into it. And it's not like I want to put her in a retirement home, but at the same time, it's just like, girl, like you gonna have to get you like you gonna have to find you and your best friend gonna have to find a way to work it out because I can't deal with it. Like I'm not dealing with my mom's side of the family when they get old. Fuck that. Hell, like no. Mm-mm.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like you have a lot of while we're on the topic of parenting, let's talk about let's talk about okay, how do I say it without getting banned? Like sibling cest. I'll say sibling
Oh
cest, I
Lord.
guess.
Oh.
No, because listen. How many parents have you seen? How many moms in particular? Let's use moms. Have you seen where they are ride or die for their son and they have beef with their son's girlfriends? How many times? Because I know y'all
Oh.
not. I know y'all seen
I'm
it.
glad. I'm glad that's not me, bro. Bro. I thank God and everybody above, bro.
I know y'all seen it. I 100% only whether it's in the internet, in your family, or out in real life, you've seen that shit happen, and
Mm-hmm.
it's gross to me at this point. It's very gross. Like I seen a lady on TikTok. She made a TikTok recording her son, and she put like um breaking my heart by is it mint condition? She put breaking my heart, girl. I was like, that is your son, and he
Mm-hmm.
okay. And when there's so many stories about like and I say sibling cest because it's not just the moms, it's also the sisters too. When the sisters be ride or die for their brother, and they have beef with their brother's girlfriend, and be like, "You couldn't replace me, bitch." Like, bitch, you where your nigga at?
Mm-hmm.
There's been there was a story. A lady went on Steve Harvey and said that her boyfriend's sister told her that nothing you have will be deeper than what I have with my brother. And she cooks all his food, even though she has kids and a husband of her own. She sits on his lap. She does just a whole bunch of like shit where it's like,
Ugh.
it's too far. It's too
Hey,
far.
guess what Steve Harvey said?
She
I think you
she buys his
crazy.
groceries. Oh yeah, and then she was like, "Should I stay with him?" And then he was like, "Fuck no!" Like he was like, "Hell no!" Like it was because I'm not gonna fight with your sister or your mama for you, bitch. That's why I said sibling incest because it don't just be the mamas, it be the sisters too.
Mm-hmm.
It be them. Like I seen a TikTok of these two sisters being like, a girl who get with my brother gonna have to get through us first, and they both. I'm like, you bitches are gross.
Like, nah,
Like
you ain't having my brother. Huh?
you ain't having my
Dizzy?
Like, bitch, it's not
what
for
are
you
you?
neither. Like,
He not fucking you. If he is, then y'all
There
got
is no
a problem.
sharing and caring, bro. Like, no.
That's why I don't beef with mamas or sisters because both of them gonna get their ass whooped, and you gonna have to decide if you're gonna stay with me or not. Because I'm gonna have to whoop everybody else in the situation. I'm
mm-hmm.
not kidding. I'm genuinely serious. I've seen it get crazy to where this like the family will try to fight the significant other because they don't want them to be with your with their sibling or their cousin or something. And it's like, bitch, I'm going to whip your ass. I'm gonna put you in the ICU, and that is a threat.
Damn,
That is a
Mm.
that no, that's a promise, not a threat, bitch. That is a promise,
that's bad. Like, man.
bitch. They gonna have to clear. They gonna have to zap your ass, bitch. Because I'm not dealing with it. I'm really not like I because a lot of people don't stand up for themselves. That's my biggest thing in the black
That's
community.
facts.
A lot of black people just be letting shit go and happen to them. I want to whoop your ass. And not everything has to resort to violence. If you can't I can have an adult conversation. I can be civil about it. But if you're gonna keep being ignorant, see me outside. I can't do
Oh
it.
no.
See me outside, bitch. I'm literally going to curse up. You are going to be picking up your teeth like those jack sticks that they use. You know, back in the day when they used to throw up the ball in the air and pick up jacks. You're gonna be doing that with your
Yeah.
teeth if you keep fucking with
Jacking
me.
balls. Word.
You're
That's
gonna
what it
be
Bro.
was
doing.
called.
Talking about yeah, you're gonna be doing that with your
Jacking
teeth in
balls.
a
What the
hot
fuck was it
minute
called?
if you I don't know, something jacking off. Probably like
Something like that. Yeah, it was something like
yeah.
that. Jackson shit.
But yeah, so that's also gross to me. And or the mother-in-law situation. The mother-in-law, bitch,
Yo, step
bitch.
bro. Step
The
bro.
fucking
Mm-hmm.
the mother when the mother-in-law be like, they'd be like the evil mother-in-law. You got to get through her.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not doing that, babe. I'm or would it be or would it be the father-in-law or not the father-in-law, but wouldn't it be like
That
the
shit gets
daughters or the wife's father? They'd be like, you're not marrying my daughter. She's an adult. Are you fucking ass or am I?
like that shit gets so like idolized by porn. I blame porn so heavily for that shit.
Well, dads be thinking they have so much power to be like, you're not marrying my daughter. You have to get my blessing. I'm not doing the whole blessing thing is because of it's a religious purpose. I don't
It's like
believe in
bust
that
these
shit. So
nuts,
how about
nigga.
that?
Fuck. I already nutted her. Okay, she mine now. Fuck you.
Or when the moms be like getting on the wives and they be like, like I do all this. Oh my god, my machismo is insane. When I first learned about it, basically the wives and the females and the daughters and the women, they have to go and do all the work for the men in the house, and the men just go work and then come home and do nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Like machismo, like when it be on Thanksgiving. I've seen a video being like, look, we have Thanksgiving at my house. We ain't doing that machismo shit. Bitch, you're gonna go make your own plate like every other adult in this house. And then the whole family didn't show up because they were like, that's not right.
Mm-mm-mm.
Like it's machismo is so I feel like every culture has it. It's just that it's so sad.
Yeah.
Like I learned about it from the Latin community, and it really applies to fucking every community. It applies to everybody. Like there are so much entitlement, so much like just
If it ain't
I
everybody,
hate
it's
all that
almost
shit.
everybody.
Girl, I mean for real. Or like the Middle East when it comes to women who,
Mm-hmm.
girl, they can't even drive.
Can't even drive.
Can't even like no, no, just no. Like bitch, and I understand, and there's a lot of, and then the women like who try to fight just get killed. The women who try to fight over there and to like get rights, they just get disappear, quote unquote. Yeah, they got killed,
Mm-hmm.
and it's not fair. It's there's just so many problems in like POC communities that like I and a lot of people they're complacent with it. They are okay with the fact that it's natural for them. Like I seen this one guy, he was in family court and he was Nigerian, and he mind you he's lived in Chicago his whole life, but his dad was from Nigeria. He's like a first generation over there, and he said, um. I make my sister do all the work to take care of my kids, and I don't do anything. I don't pay her any child support or nothing because and he feels like that's just what the women in our community does. But then the judge said, "Nigga, you grew up in Chicago. You are first generation American. You ain't that ain't your culture. Like we don't do
Mm-hmm.
that over here." So, but that lets me know that in other countries and other continents they are okay with that. Like it is 100% like it is, and it's not all the women are okay with it. So if you have a problem with it, nigga, you better run. Your head is about to get cut off.
On ball. Kaizen, you were
Hmm?
kind of quiet.
Damn.
You got words.
Oh, what did you say?
You got words. Like what's on your mind? Talk about it, man.
Uh, shit. Uh, I mean, let me think. I mean, for the whole thing, I guess I can understand for like, I guess with the weapons and stuff. I guess it's like I wouldn't say it's absolutely necessary, but I feel like there's like a point to where like if you were doing all this stuff, because I know there's parents. I remember when I was like, I want to say like in middle school or high school, and I would see videos of parents like filming themselves, fucking breaking their kids' Xbox and stuff. I thought that shit was stupid. I'm like, you just
Mm-hmm.
wasted money. You just wasted like a whole bunch of money just to make your kid cry. The fuck, like, you could at least took it back, got the money back, but I don't know. Like, I don't know. And as for like the whoopings, I don't know. Cause like the thing is, like I've like seen like also black people say it's like they rather get whoopings from their dads than moms. Cause like my mom whooping, she gonna beat the hell out of me. My dad, he'll control himself. His whooping will be bad. I don't know what's up with that, but that's like a thing or something. Like I don't understand.
That's a good point because
And
kids be used as fucking punching bags and stress balls sometimes. Cause they be beating the fuck out of
that's
kids
why I
for
say
just
it's like
out of irritation.
that's why I said there is no self control for a whooping. They're just the moms is gonna go hard if they want to go hard,
Mm-hmm.
and so
Yeah.
that's why I say it's like no, it's either you do or you don't because there's no self control. You're gonna get pissed because you feel like your husband cheat or not husband, sorry, because he would never marry somebody like you. Because a lot of the times it'd be situations where the baby mama just she don't want to let go of the baby daddy, so she's just gonna stay with him no matter what. And I
Mm-hmm.
don't understand. Girl, that's another fucking topic for the toxic relationships in black communities. But girl, you live with this man, he your boyfriend, whatever label y'all claim, and he go and cheat on you every other week or every other day, and you get mad, and your kid they spill orange juice on their shirt, and then you whip their ass to death because they spilled orange juice because that was the last straw that set you off. Like,
Said I've been waiting for a reason to beat your ass all day today.
I've been waiting.
oh
I
my
have been waiting.
god. That no, because they dead ass be saying that. That's not even like y'all are actually quoting real parents. Like when y'all
Mm-hmm.
say like that's really what they be saying. I've been waiting to whoop your ass. Who waits to whoop a kid's ass?
Like that just shows that you were just hyped to beat the fuck out of your kid just cause. But like why? For what? The kid was innocent until this moment. For what?
I'm not gonna lie. Like when with white people, like the only time I like to see Karens getting involved is when like when the kid is like doing the absolute wildest shit because their parent is basically just ignoring them and like
Mm-hmm.
when kids be in the stores doing shit and then like the Karens would be like, hey ma'am, you know your child is like doing shit like oh like I seen a video on TikTok, this one little kid slapped the fuck out of a girl and like the girl was like, who the fuck what, and then like the mama was just like shopping and ignoring the kid and she was like, you need to get your kid in order. Like that's the one time I will say, white people, when y'all don't mind your business, that's the perfect moment because if somebody kid is doing something, y'all need to go and y'all need to get involved because the parent obviously is not there.
That's a fox.
Like, why don't y'all use y'all caring abilities for that? Use y'all caring
Caring
abilities for child
abilities.
abuse.
Use your
Y'all be
caring
using it to
abilities to stop child abuse.
because y'all be using y'all caring abilities on somebody selling lemonade, trying to make money, but y'all don't be using it on. Y'all need to go ahead and check the child abuse shit. Y'all need to carry that one out.
Mm-hmm.
CPS should be our best friend. Not CPS need to be our best friend, not ICE because you got a Hispanic neighbor. Okay, y'all need to
Mm-hmm.
for
Hate it.
real.
It's very wild. The thing is,
We
white like we
last. Oh
can't.
no, you got it.
I want to say though, black people are not the only POCs are not the only only victims. White people be doing that shit
I
too.
don't know.
I've
Hillbillies.
I
Oh,
know I know a friend that just recently just fucking like ran away from his family because they were on some bullshit. Like they were abusing the fuck out of him, beating the fuck out of him, just selling and breaking his shit over little things. And I've seen on TikTok this one fucking white dad made this little girl. She couldn't been no older than 10 years old. She made him. I mean, no, he made her get her little smartphone that she had, get a hammer and smash that shit. Made her do it herself. Like, and I feel like that's gotta be worse than making your kid watch as you do it. Cause just making
Yeah,
them break it is gotta fuck up the kid mentally a
yeah.
little bit worse.
We are at our last minute. Does we have any final words?
Tell me, Dragon, you got final words?
pussy stank.
Hate you.
What? Okay.
Kaizen, any final words?
Uh, make sure I just like make sure to punish your kid. Don't go overboard. Like like
Mhm.
if worse comes to worse, if taking away his stuff ain't working, then give him the belt. But at least don't whoop him like he just like stole from a fucking bank or something. Just whoop him like passively. Don't do that.
Mhm. Mhm. Aloe, any final words?
I would say this: the worst form of punishment, like physical is bad. The worst form has to be mental. When you go and embarrass your kid, like when you go and
Mhm.
make them post a video on the internet, or make them go on Instagram Live, or make them post a picture on Facebook saying I cut off all his hair because he got bad grades. Like that has to be the worst level. So if you're gonna do
Mhm.
any type of punishment of like that, that should be the one you avoid because you're literally traumatizing that kid. You are teaching that kid how to Google retirement homes for your fucking ugly ass stupid bitch, and I'll help your ass. Oh, let me stop. Go ahead. And
That's mental and spiritual. That breaks kids' spirits. But yeah. Uh, I thank y'all for joining me. I thank Dragon, Kai's, and Aloe. I thank y'all all for joining me
I'm
today.
I gotta do it.
Okay, so you're not showing up for the next one. I love y'all. I thank y'all. I hope your mama's good, daddy them good, auntie, uncle. I'm about to local mute this fucking nigga. I swear to God. All right, there we go.
he
Local
only
muted.
knows that one part. He
He
only knows that
he
one
doesn't know
part.
the fucking words. But I thank y'all. Love y'all. Look down the street. There's a lot of snow on the street. Where I am right now. There's a lot of snow on the street. So there's a squirrel out there. He came up over here a little too early because we up north, and they like to go because they like to hibernate and shit. So he came out real too early. So he cold as fuck. But he chilling, he eating. I want you to go chill, go see him. His name is what his name was again? His name was Sylvester. I want you to go see Sylvester the squirrel and see if he okay. And also maybe bring him some peanuts or acorns or y'all got sunflower seeds? Bring him some sunflower seeds. I know he likes sunflower seeds. I love y'all. Bye bye.